not exactly a new concept. At first, it was really about the coming of an empire. All the human kingdoms on the Icerian continent united under a single crown and a single religion. And in both cases, I can tell you they weren't just playing around. But the end result was there. The Emperor Damocles made humans his sword. It was when His Majesty decided he wanted to extend his influence to the southern lands that sparks began to fly. Because, well, the peoples of the south are beast-like green creatures 8 feet high, all muscle and nerves, with a natural-born talent for war. So, it figures they resisted. Despite besieging their villages, and even though the Imperial army was far better organized, the damned orcs fought back with savage rage, and their victories were the kind remembered for ages. But Damocles wasn't just gonna sit there and take it. Protecting their territory behind a giant wall, the Empire would never give up land, and its ruler wasn't planning on standing pat. With the construction of the wall, the scale of the war began to alarm the neighboring provinces. Faced with the Green Peril, the Empire saw the elves and the dwarves as potential allies. With their support, a quick victory over the Greenskins was a certainty, and peace could finally return to the Icerian continent. Afterward, it just remained to be seen what kind of peace would await the vanquished. Over the decades of conflict, the orcs were already beginning to figure it out. They were much sought after for their strength and toughness, and so grinding slavery was always going to be the result. Submit or die. Needless to say, for a goblin like me, things were going to be just as bad. We were there to be had like rats in a trap. Yeah, it's not easy being a greenskin on this fucking continent. You got my sympathy if that's your case.
So this is of Orcs and Men, a game on Steam. Didn't really have a huge description, but the videos looked really good, and I love high fantasy games, so I wanted to give this one a try. This is the first playthrough of it. I haven't really played it prior to this, so we'll be figuring out everything on the way. I'm guessing this is a RPG. It looked like it had RPG elements to it from the description, but we'll see how it goes.
See anything on patrol, Butcher?
No, nothing. No footprints. I climbed to the top of a hill to the northwest and saw the heath and their fucking wall to the north. It would make a good lookout point till nightfall.
Excellent. The Resistance found us a good place to camp to wait for what comes next. You, stand watch there. We'll change every 3 hours. Arkin wanted to see you, Butcher. He's probably somewhere around the falls.
I'll go see him.
Very good. Rest for an hour, then take a look around the eastern part. We'll have to stay on our toes now. Dissidents or not, it's tough to trust humans. Difficult to trust anybody.
Understood.
Just gonna leave the tutorials on because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So far the graphics look great in this game. I feel like I'm playing as a fucking Hulk. Yeah, I guess it is an RPG. An action RPG. Oh man, I'm loving this. Armor, weapons. Yeah, it's got the whole 9. This really wasn't the kind of game I thought it was going to be. And I'm enjoying this. Alright. Enough of that shit.
There you are. So, how do you feel?
Nervous, impatient. I'd really like to know why we were brought here.
Something big. It's just the worst of us in this one. Even the chief's gonna get his hands dirty.
Jarhill? Really? We gonna kill the Emperor or what?
Ha! Why not? That wouldn't hurt us a bit.
Oh, good old-fashioned choice wheel.
Him or another Quars. Doesn't change much.
We still have human allies, Arkai. It's not over yet. Apparently, in the time of his father, life was really different from one province on the continent to the next. And it doesn't matter how hard they try, they'll have a tough time finding worse than the Emperor who gave us the Inquisition, massacred our clans, and enslaved our brothers for decades. And the throne would be empty the whole time. We could enjoy that.
Ha! Come back down to Earth. You don't send out a Bloodjaw raiding party to go on parade. But there are limits, you know. With or without allies among the Quarsan, 4 of us ain't gonna pull off what our armies couldn't do when we were at our strongest. All of this reeks of a last stand, or a suicide mission.
Hey, show some guts, Bloodjaw. Come on, defend yourself. It'll do you good.
So basically, it's not really a hack and slash game, it's more like a, well, not really a strategy game, like Dragon Age Origins before it went bad in DA2. This is pretty cool.
Shit, Arkai, relax. You get angry way too fast. You gotta learn to control that rage of yours, brother. Nobody wants to see you losing control, you know. You think nothing can stop you, but you lower your guard completely, not to mention the time it takes you to come back down after. I could have killed you several times over.
No shit, I noticed. But each time I get hit, I'm back in Bay Harbor again. And I go mental.
One more reason not to get hit, and not to keep trying with a technique that isn't working. I told you to defend yourself, and you went straight to the attack. Instead of going on the defensive while I'm talking to you as a friend, do it while you're fighting. You not only get hit less than when you're in an attacking stance, you also control your rage better, and that gives you the time to study your opponents. Come on, let's try again. Only this time you parry my attacks in a defensive stance.
Thanks, Arkin. I appreciate your advice and what you're trying to do. But what I really need is some way to blow off steam on a fucking combat lesson.
Help! Help me! I'm being followed. I have a message from Lord Barryman for the Bloodjaws.
What's it about? And where'd you come from?
Haha! Thank you, Mother Earth.
You have what you wanted, Berserker. They're all yours. I'll get this messenger somewhere
All right.
safe. Safe from
For the
your
Horde.
murderous raid.
Or the Wah! Or the Bloodjaws, or whoever it is now. There's no saying.
Thank you. You're the butcher, right? A real killing machine.
Of course I am.
I thought you were a legend.
Shut it, human. Go see our chief in the tent. He was expecting you this evening. I know I'm not telling you anything new, Arkai, but be real careful with that. You've got to control your rage. You can't control...
Okay, shut the fuck up, alright? I'll catch up with you.
It's not just me, like, right, the cussing kind of sounds out of place. Like, not that there wouldn't be cussing, but it just doesn't
know
sound like
that
a
being
script.
here today is the
Maybe it's
greatest
just me.
honor an orc can hope to receive. You are here for the most important mission in your life.
Also,
and
am I like the
perhaps
only
in
one
the
who doesn't get
history of
armor?
our people.
Or is it just me and this other guy? Or is it just that hard to come
This
by?
war has gone on too long, and our enemy is more powerful than ever. But Mother Earth has not abandoned us. We have allies for a while now.
Oh, so I
We've
get to
been
kill Sean
preparing our
Connery. That makes a
counterattack
lot more
with their
sense.
support, but events are speeding up, and fate has turned against them. We have to move fast now.
Those fucking Lannisters.
It's time to put an end to the genocide that's been ravaging our people for decades. An end to this campaign of hate waged against us by the other peoples. My brothers, we must strike our enemy's head. Today, we are setting off to kill the Emperor.